Chris, can you start the fucking podcast already? Jesus fucking Christ.
And on that note, welcome to Real Discussion, not just another movie review podcast on the internet, but the best movie review podcast on the internet.
What's our name again?
With the best intro.
Real Discussion for Corey, who can't listen. Today we will be talking about John Wick 4.
He's used to only listening when there's a Bible in front of him.
Okay, guys, and for sure y'all know there's going to be spoilers ahead. So before that, I'll give you a quick spoiler-free summary. That was nice.
Also, spoilers, best movie ever.
So anyways,
let's go.
For the people who have never watched the John Wick series, John Wick is about what happens if you kill Neo's dog.
And he takes
the
the
result
blue pill.
Across 4 different movies.
Jesus Christ.
Is that blue pill Viagra?
Huh?
I was just wondering. Viagra's blue.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Corey spelled
Okay,
Viagra.
so
V.
No.
That's
where do we
already
start
wrong.
with this one?
Where do we start?
Are we gonna hold on? Look, goddamn. We just not gonna tell each other our names again?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed we
fuck?
skipped that.
I'm Chris.
Are you editing this?
No, hell no.
Absolutely
this is all
not.
Hey,
natural.
y'all want to restart and make this bloopers?
No, fuck no. This is all.
This all goes
going
in.
here.
So I'm Chris.
This is what makes it look real. I am Mr. A-lister, Damien.
I'm Corey.
Wow.
I'm Zuli, and
The Blade.
I am Zuli the Blade. I am glad to inform that we have a sponsor today. Game Crave.
Who?
Some shit little.
Who is that? Explain.
Oh, actually, wait a minute. I remember.
Some
Game Crave is
shithole.
our sponsor today, and Corey is doing the ad read. So at this time, Corey, could you please do our ad read for Game Crave?
I was gonna say, I actually don't know what Game Crave is. Could y'all explain to the folks at home
Some
what Game
shithole
Crave
that
is?
never has any product ever for
Oh,
me to
God.
buy. And I have money to buy,
If
but there's
you-
never anything for me to buy.
If you
Damn.
don't want to, okay, so if you don't want to spend your money, go to Game Crave. They
Yeah.
don't have dick and stuff.
Fucking shit. You can get chips. You can get, like, candy.
Okay, so they don't have dick, but they have chips. And
You can
candy.
get
Okay.
love letter.
Yeah, you can
Nice.
you can get a view of Corey's ass if you go there. That's literally
Mine?
like the best thing at Game Crave.
This Corey
yeah.
or
Yes.
different Corey?
Corey,
This Corey.
I fucking love you, and Game Cave is amazing. Thank you for being here for us.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Very much.
I still don't know what it is, but that sounds great.
You gotta go there to find out. That's the point.
Hold on, Corey. Do I have to teach you how to advertise your own store?
I don't own anything.
Do I have to teach you how to advertise your own store? Step 1.
Some
I
guy
would-
named
hey,
Papa
actually, you know,
Hair owns
that-
this place. and
That would be cool. Let's actually, Chris, advertising lesson 101. Let's do that and then talk about John Wick.
First of all, you admit to owning the store and not saying, I don't own the store.
I don't know what you're
That's the
talking
first
about.
way. And then you tell people if they want quality gaming products for all of their tabletop gaming needs, such
Or a
as
picture
sleeves.
of Corey's ass or dick.
No.
Corey gives the best massages. Just walk in, ask for a massage, tell him Damien sent you. You won't be disappointed.
We're also a restaurant, and we do foot massages.
Yes, Asian
Full
chairs
time.
that get dropped a lot. I always get fucking blamed
Kids
for
work
it.
here.
I don't understand that.
So yeah, just go shop at
Fuck
GameCrave.com.
you,
Anyways,
Rosie, by the way.
Children
John Wick.
work here.
John Wick 4, opening scene. We get to see Morpheus giving another speech dressed as a hobo.
Honestly, it reminded me of Creed.
With that opening scene,
Assassin's Creed.
Well, I guess yeah.
That's
but
what it reminded
Just the
me
movie
of.
Creed. I don't know, like he's
Which
like
Creed?
Keanu Reeves like hitting
yes,
the thing.
that opening scene was beautiful though. He's just like going
When
to
he's
town
punching.
on that board, and then Lawrence Fishburne walks in, sets the room on fire, and is like,
It's
"Are
such
you
a
fucking
bizarre
ready?
fucking entry.
Let's go!" And he had his dog with him.
I have to be honest. This is the only thing I remember from Act 1 for sure.
I would like to.
Then he's just. It cuts to him chasing. I don't know. I didn't really like the first act. It felt very. I don't know. There was no sense of time.
It sounds like it left
the
you
edit, the
speechless.
pacing was really weird.
It was like,
No, it's just like you said. One minute Lawrence Fishburne is setting a room on fire, and literally the next second he's fighting Arabians. And I'm like, how long has it been?
Yeah, I was like that was because the third part 3 Parabellum that ended with him killing one of the members of the table.
No, it ended.
No,
with
it
him
ended
falling
with
off
him
the-
falling off the skyscraper.
yeah, he
That's-
got shot.
yeah,
They're chasing him like all movie. Like,
Yeah.
in part 3.
So yeah, I would like.
And the Bowery King.
I know that's how it ends, but I mean like the last part of like I guess the
That
grand
was part
story.
2. Like the end of part
Yeah, that
2
was
was
part
when he killed the guy.
Was that okay? That
Because
was
when he killed him on continental
they're
grounds,
chasing
that
him,
was
yeah.
the problem. He killed him on
okay.
continental grounds.
Yeah.
Part 3 was all about them chasing him, trying to kill him. Of course.
Well, this one skips to that. Then
Still
all of a
had like
sudden
one of the
he's
best
in.
choreographed fight scenes.
He's back in New York. Then he's back in Berlin.
I think it's like he's jumping around. He's trying to.
I know, but there's no sense of time.
Yeah.
There's no.
In
there's
the
no,
first part, he jumps from New York to the Middle East to Tokyo in the first part.
I
was
mean,
it
you have-
Tokyo?
Yeah,
he
because
goes
it's a
to
Tokyo
Osaka.
Continental.
Oh,
He goes to
yeah.
Osaka. So like he literally,
It's
you have
weird.
to.
It's weird pacing.
You have to go to New York. Yeah, they wanted to kill off the elder. He's like, this is my way out, and I feel like he's just looking for a way out. So his thought process at the moment is just kill everybody.
I know, but
So
like,
they're trying to get it there to
what
like
I'm
the
saying
main.
is that the story just wasn't presented very well as far as like the editing. I don't know, just the time flow that felt weird.
I kind of
didn't
agree
like the
with you,
intro.
and honestly, in addition to that, I mean, it was kind of boring too. Like, and I like the
bit.
story of John Wick, but I just like I don't know. It's just,
It didn't focus on John Wick. The beginning
Yeah.
didn't focus on John Wick.
and I think the bombastic opening of 3 kind of spoiled me with that. Yeah, because I mean, 3
Yeah.
opens with him literally on the run, and then like 15 minutes in, you get one of the best choreographed fight scenes where they're in that old abandoned library place.
Well, I mean, it didn't take very long for this movie to jump in.
It
Like,
didn't.
such
It
an
did.
amazing-
It did.
amazing,
Yeah.
beautiful ass fucking choreographed scene. I mean, it's
Yes.
not the best scene from the movie, but it was still like every scene in this movie is just.
It
Dude,
is
and
good, but
shout
to
out
me-
to
to me it was-
stuntmen,
to me,
too.
it was okay. Just it was later on the third act. That's
Yeah.
when
So-
it gets like.
Yeah, that's when
so
it jumps
good,
up, and you're just
Jesus.
like. But I will also say that originally they were supposed to film 4 and 5 back to back, and do it like that and be like a year apart. But the movie got delayed for so long that they decided just to combine them, and that's why it was almost 3 hours long.
Yeah,
So like
which I didn't mind honestly.
they had to
I
edit
enjoyed
it down, and it probably like made the pacing a little weird too. So like.
You could definitely tell.
Yeah, but like, I mean, because once it got going, which was probably where it was supposed to be in part 5.
Yeah, it felt
it really
the
just
flow
went-
came
Yeah.
so good. Yeah.
Well, and
So-
that kind of lines up because like halfway through the film, I was like,
I feel
that's when I was like,
feel
this
we
is
were
the best
supposed.
scene.
I feel like we were
I mean, the
supposed to
best movie.
feel a little more for Donnie Yen's character. I didn't wind up really.
Was he
caring.
Kane?
Yeah.
he
Kane,
played. Yeah,
yeah.
he was Kane.
I kind of didn't care. I thought he was funny.
Well, he was part of the rushed intro because everything is rushed until Tokyo.
Yes.
So Wick's entrance is rushed.
So
Kane's entrance is rushed because you just see him and his daughter for a scene, and then he's given Wick's
then he's
name,
being,
Yeah.
being summoned, and then he's like.
and then we're in Tokyo, and then that's where it starts to slow down back to like
so,
3 was.
so I mean, let's just run through it like real quick. So like basically, you cut to John Wick chasing the Arabian people, and then he kills the elder because he wanted his ring back and wanted his
Yeah.
freedom. The elder's like, it's not gonna buy you freedom no matter what you do. So he kills him, and then it jumps to they take Winston, they take the Continental from him.
Destroy
Yeah.
the continent.
They destroy the Continental. They kill Sharon, the concierge,
Lance Reddick,
his
man,
best
rest in
friend
peace.
in the whole world. Absolutely. And then
That was one way to write him out.
Did they write him out? Or was this filmed before?
nah, this was
I
filmed.
think
Yeah.
that was a happy accident
This was
for him,
filmed way
ironically
before.
enough.
Damn.
But then that happens. Then we get to meet Kane and his daughter. Then he's given Wick's name.
And before we go too far, I do want to clarify this by far is my personal favorite as far as John Wick movies go. I do just feel like the opening, like first act, was a little slow, but it gets really good. But anyway, Chris, you were saying.
All of your statements say otherwise, Corey. Yeah, so then we get to meet him, and then after that, we are finally in Tokyo, where we get to meet the real best character of the movie, Mr. Nobody.
He was cool. Honestly, I would not mind
Oh,
a
he was your favorite
spin-off
character?
with
Mr. Nobody, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought your favorite character was the dog, Chris.
And who was the dog with?
I mean, but was the dog with him or was he with the dog?
That's a good
I
question.
honestly kind of picture Mr. Nobody as like Damien and Max, bro.
Yeah, like
Max
I-
is his dog.
Like I
for those
literally,
who
that
don't know.
dog is Max. Like if he got thrown into the windshield of a car, he would jump up and just fucking go right
that.
back.
Yeah.
Fucking kill somebody.
But no, Mr. Nobody was. I thought he was a really cool character, and I'd like to see a spin-off with him personally. I think that'd be cool. but we're getting Ballerina, so we'll see how that turns out.
He was kind of different because he seemed like young and he was like fresh to the scene.
Yeah.
And, like to the assassin
Hey,
world.
but he kept up though.
Yeah.
Did he really seem fresh to the assassin world, seeing as how he was like the only...
He's a nobody though. Like literally,
he's the only one that could track John Wick though, so it's like that seems like a
but
pretty
he
high
had
impressive
skill.
skill.
I mean, he was probably like
skill,
military and stuff, but I mean, even Donnie Yen was like, make sure you think about it before you make that choice. Like he was guiding him at that one scene.
Yeah.
So it was like he was totally new to all of this, and then even John Wick later on when they're at the table. He's like, how much does it cost? And John Wick's like, more than you can afford.
Yep.
It's like he doesn't know what he's really getting himself into.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. And honestly, like, I would say I don't necessarily... I think he is kind of fresh to the scene, honestly, in a sense. Because, I mean, like, let's be honest. Like, he wasn't moving around quite like John Wick or some of the other assassins were and stuff like that. I mean, I will say it was kind of refreshing.
The many dead assassins, I would like to point out, he wasn't moving like the many dead assassins now.
Well, sure. I mean, plot armor is a thing, but no, I was gonna say like it definitely I would say his fights seemed a little more grounded, where John Wick's fights are choreographed to where they're just like these huge, just gigantic set pieces, and he's taking on like unquestionable odds.
Plus, like when they finally do go head to head when they make it, so such a high amount. Like John Wick just like, pretty much could have killed him so easily.
He could have.
That's one thing that I kind of didn't like about this movie. Like everyone has kung fu skills. Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, they're assassins.
I know. Well, at this point, there was that fucking fat dude. Even he was fucking doing some fucking karate.
Hey, leave
shit.
Kingpin alone.
What the fuck am I watching?
And
leave Kingpin alone.
That was kind of cool, and let's be honest, that was some representation for Damien, bro. Damien was
shut
watching
the
that like,
hell
shit,
up.
that could
Oh
be
my
me,
God.
bro.
I know,
He was
literally.
even shooting cards too. Like, this is
Damien
Damien.
got so excited about him.
I was like, fuck, maybe I can do karate.
Yeah.
Dude,
I thought my weight was holding me back, but clearly not.
That character.
That dude's not even fat in real life.
No, he reminded me of.
Is he not?
No.
He didn't. It looked like prosthetics. He reminded me of
I just thought he looked
the Duke
retarded.
from Resident Evil 8.
Yes. No, honestly, yeah. No, I could see it. Well, dude, you think that guy reminds you of the Duke? Watch The Whale.
No.
Good movie, by the way.
I wouldn't know because I can't fucking find anything to watch it on. So.
But yeah, Tokyo, we
HBO,
get to
I
see
think, has it.
the Tokyo Continental and their questionable
Everything wants to
choices of
charge.
not using guns to defend themselves and using bows.
Well,
Hey, it was pretty
I mean,
effective, it seems.
They stick to their branding.
They're in Japan, bro. Like,
Okay,
literally.
your point?
So like basically, when it gets to the scene, we're in Japan. Koji is like the manager, and he's best friend. He's like really good friends with John Wick from the past, and he's protecting him there. So then the high table people come to get John Wick, and he decides to fight and protect. So then you get like this amazing scene.
Many amazing scenes.
His daughter's a fucking badass too, by the way.
Yeah.
Like
That's what I mean. Everyone's a fucking legendary ass kicker in this movie.
Yeah.
It's like it gradually got worse. You know what I mean? Like in
so-
part one, John Wick is clearly a legend, right?
Yeah.
A legend among men. The second one, it's like you get. I think isn't that where Common comes in?
Common, yeah.
Yeah, and that whole scene was really good. Then the third one, I think there's like four different badasses throughout the film.
Ruby Rose, but I mean she got killed so easily by John Wick too.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, but let's be honest though. Like
But
the
in
first
this one, like everyone, like literally every other person around the corner is like fucking a killing machine.
So like let's be honest. So the first John Wick was very grounded in realism with his choreograph. Like it was more kind of like Old Boy.
Yeah.
From like the parts that I did watch of it. But now like going into John Wick 4, I mean, as a fan base, how do you please your fans? Well, you need to get just wilder and wilder and wilder.
Up the ante. Like, and literally, I don't think John Wick was ever supposed to have more than a part one.
I agree.
No,
I don't think it was.
It was made as a part
they
one,
said-
and then it made so much money that
I think they said it wasn't intended as a franchise. But
Yeah.
Like,
And here we are now.
And Keanu is
hey, that shit's good though.
is Keanu not the greatest man in Hollywood? Like, he's like
He is.
everybody says great things about him. He's so like just
You know,
gives.
you hear that whole it's too good. If it sounds too good to be true,
It's probably.
it's because it is. But like, I feel like with him, it's genuine.
He's like, yeah.
No,
If it is.
I think it is. No, I think Keanu is like such a great actor. But can I be honest? That like I have a feeling I'm just gonna be
There
like
was product placement. You
the
saw his
only-
bikes. The bikes in the movie, those are his brand bikes.
Are they?
I didn't even notice. But I was gonna say
Keanu
I'm
sold
probably
out.
I'm probably
The
gonna
one
be
he
the
was
only
riding?
person at the
Yeah.
table that has this opinion. But like Keanu's acting, did it kind of seem like hit or miss to you guys? Like some lines were delivered kind of wooden, like.
I mean,
That is the character in
Yeah,
the
that's
movie. Like
literally-
literally,
he's
He's
just a
stopped in all
stoic
4
character.
movies.
yes, he's
it's
literally
just
always
he's a
like
stoic
that.
character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He
it's
he doesn't waste words. Like he literally just says what he has to say, and
My kind of
that
person.
that is it.
No,
Nothing
and
else.
like I said, I mean, I thought I would probably be the only one that shared that opinion.
Yeah,
but
you're wrong.
There was just like 2 lines.
That's
that-
probably all the lines he had in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't even know where you're going with this.
Yeah,
story.
So,
yeah,
so out of the
literally-
5 lines he had, 2 of them I didn't like how he
You
delivered.
didn't like
them.
2 of them?
Corey,
When he said yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I need you to get to the top of those stairs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey, stop now.
No, so I thought those were cool.
I think I know what you're talking about. There was one scene where he said something about him referring to him as death, and he's like, "And I'm gonna be the one to kill
Yes.
you." That one was kind of
Like,
weird.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Never
Like
mind,
so it was that one, and there was one other one, and I don't recall specifically what he said.
Well,
Because I mean it's been hours now, but yeah, no, but yeah, the and
That
I'm gonna be
scene
the
was
one
a
to
little
kill you.
weird.
I was just like, it just sounded odd. I don't know, but I mean, still a great
Yeah,
actor.
you could, if you pay attention, you can tell where they use different cuts
Mhm.
to like different takes in the same scene.
Yeah.
and
You kind of splice it together.
yeah, you can really tell in this one.
Because I mean, let's be honest, Keanu's
So
a badass.
it was probably recorded like for something else, and they used it in
Yeah.
that scene, which is why it probably sounds weird.
Yeah,
But that's what I mean. The editing in this movie just didn't. I don't know. Something was a little weird.
yeah. But I mean, Keanu, if I'm not mistaken, he's doing all of this, isn't he?
Yeah,
like,
he does his own stunts.
Yeah, I
he
was
trains
gonna say-
hard as fuck, and a
Yeah.
lot of these scenes
Which is
are
probably why
one
he's
shot
done.
scenes.
Yeah.
They don't like do multiple shots, and they don't. This is like, especially when we'll talk about later the above head scene.
Yeah.
That is a one shot scene.
What is
that they
y'all's
ran
favorite
through.
scenes?
Man,
Oh my god! Honestly, dude, probably the hotel scene in like Act 3 where it's the isometric
Yeah,
view.
that's
That's
mine.
when that scene happened. I was like, yeah, this is just my favorite.
It reminded
That's-
me of like the John Wick game.
that is like
Uh,
the best.
What was
Yeah,
it?
there's a John Wick.
It was
game.
like
It's
John
an
Wick Go.
It's an isometric John yeah.
It was like John
isometric
Wick
game.
Go, I thought, right, or something like that.
Something like
or
that.
Move, because they made
Yeah.
one for Tomb Raider and Hitman.
I didn't know there was a John Wick game, but it definitely reminded me of like a video game.
Think of it
Yeah,
kind of
that's
like
what-
chess.
yeah.
Like a,
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Still
more like a
was
chess
like-
style.
It
game.
felt
That
like
shit was great.
was a James Wan type of scene. How he makes his movies. Yeah.
That was definitely the best fight scene, like that scene
Yeah.
right there.
No,
when
Kane's
he's
opening
when
fight.
he's trying to get to.
Huh?
Kane's first
yeah.
fight where he uses the doorbells.
The doorbells, yeah.
The
You like
electric
that part?
doorbell.
Oh,
That
my,
was-
Yes,
was cool.
Because they look like the way they set it up. They look like bombs almost. What he's putting up.
So yeah,
yeah. And
I-
then, all of a sudden they're
revealed
just
what he
like
does.
doorbells, yeah. Because he's blind. Okay, so I don't know if we introduced him. So Donnie Yen plays a character named Kane, and he's blind, so he walks with a cane. Hilarious, Corey.
That is pretty
yeah.
funny, actually, I
Oh
thought.
my god.
he's Asian.
I know
so he's
Corey
a
was
blind
probably
samurai.
like, oh my god. But yeah, so he plays this badass fucking character who's blind, and he has a past with John Wick. They were friends apparently at one point.
everybody.
But he's called by the High Table to kill John Wick, and he must do what he's told by the High Table because he still serves them, or they will kill his daughter. By the way,
And he has a pretty cool intro fight scene to let you know his skill.
but
yeah, because he's sitting there eating ramen noodles.
Yes.
He's just sitting there eating like everybody else is fighting, killing, blah blah blah. He's just sitting there in the corner just eating noodles.
and he's like, "Can you do your job, please?" And he's like,
Yeah.
"Fine." But I mean, the doorbells though, like I thought that was like a really cool way to introduce. Because I was kind of wondering that. I was like, "How is this guy like a mega assassin on the level of John Wick if he's blind?" And then the doorbells come out. But I mean, I thought it was kind of funny. They only appear in that one scene, and then every other scene he's just like, "Oh, there's this many people," and so it's kind of like, so was he just showing off? Like, what was the point of that? And then also knowing
Because
what
he was
had.
camping. He was literally camping
Yeah.
in that scene.
Yeah, he never gets to camp again in any
Yeah.
other fight like that.
It was a very good scene though.
We get to see him set up one of the spin-offs for John Wick too, as well.
Is it gonna be a spinoff? I doubt it.
Are you referring to the ending credit?
I don't think they've announced anything, but I don't know why they would do that end credit scene if they're not.
And they made it a point to make him very likable for someone who is supposed to be a villain. Like,
Yes, I thought that was funny too.
Well, he's not really like a villain. He has to do his job.
still though, they made him
He
very
didn't want
likable.
to do it. He wanted to sit there and just eat noodles like the whole 3 hours.
But so they made him very likable. They made it a point to where Wick wins and Kane still gets to live as Wick wins. So like,
I mean, did John Wick win?
Okay, so heavy spoiler alert. John Wick dies in this film.
Damn, he does.
Yeah.
no, I disagree. I did not see.
Skip the next 10 seconds of this. 007 dies in No Time to Die. And that's what it reminded me of in this film.
No, here's the thing. Hold on. I did not see the casket close on Wick.
What fucking dies in this film?
So
Yeah,
I don't believe it.
He watched a lot of he watched this what is it, Blade Runner 2049 and saw Ryan Gosling's character and was like, that's literally me, and he did it.
He's dead if there's no more desire to make John Wick movies.
Yeah.
But he
So
is
like I
alive
said,
if
he is
they wish
alive.
to make
No, he is alive then.
Let's like the end.
Yeah, okay, so we're in Tokyo.
Yeah.
He sets up the spinoff.
Kane like kills Koji, the manager. He tries to let him walk away. He's like, take care of your daughter, who was also shot during all the fights.
It
But she
sounded
didn't die.
condescending though, to be honest.
Yeah.
It did sound like he was like.
But he was literally walking away, and then Koji like takes his sword and tries to get him from behind.
Well, and he has like a sense of
Disrespectful
honor
also.
though too.
So like, he kills Koji, and then of course like, his daughter wants to take revenge right there, but he's like, no, just live,
Yeah.
walk away. He lets her walk away.
No, he says he'll wait for her.
Yeah.
Well, she leaves and she meets John Wick
On the subway.
at the subway, and she's like, either you kill him or I will.
And to clarify, it's like a subway train, not the sandwich. Just to clarify.
I wish
Really funny.
Subway was open right now, but
Eat fresh.
we just have to deal with Corey's bad jokes instead.
I know, right?
Sorry. But, no, I do have to say Kane's signature move was really cool, too, where he, like, does that double tap with his sword. Did y'all see that?
Like after they're dead and he taps the bodies. Yeah.
No, like, he stabs them, like, really quick, like, twice in a succession.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about or no?
Little pokes.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
Corey,
I
by the
can
way-
I can act it out for you.
Corey, what do you think
Yourself.
that dog's astrological sign is?
He seemed like a Sagittarius to
Stop.
me, for sure. What do you mean stop? He asked.
Stop.
Shit.
I need
John
you to-
Wick is
both
a
of you.
Capricorn, by the way. If y'all,
John Wick is or Keanu is?
John Wick is.
So what is Keanu?
Aren't they the same? They're both badass.
Because you're not staying true to your character. Keanu's not a Capricorn.
If I'm being honest, John Wick seems like Keanu, except on a bad day. And so what I mean by that is, like, if you saw John Wick on the street, I still feel like that guy would, like, help you
Why?
cross the
John
street
Wick?
if
Yeah,
you're, like,
John Wick was
scared.
still like the friendliest, most
Yeah, he
honorable
has
guy.
a heart of gold.
Yeah.
He literally didn't want any of this. They killed his fucking dog, which I understand. Because they could kill my dog. I'm John Wick in the whole fucking neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So, anyways, after this, John Wick goes back to his good buddy, the now ex New York.
I wonder how that all got
concierge.
repaired. I feel like
You mean
that's
manager?
a big chunk of like
Yeah, manager.
the manager. I feel like that's a big chunk of like, are we not gonna see how they mended their relationship? Because he just shot him off a fucking building, and now they're just buddies.
I think they just needed each other.
That was like the high
They
table,
just
man.
needed each other.
It's more
Yeah,
like
I think John Wick understood like what was going on because I mean the manager
Yeah,
Because at that point, they're both excommunicado.
And
It's
what-
just like, we just need each other.
What I've always thought about was like when he shot him at the end of 3, Winston knows that suit is bulletproof. John's suit, and he shoots him in the suit. So it was almost like I thought they were gonna show in part 4 that it was
Yeah, but it's such a
that it was
high
just
risk.
like a setup.
It would have been cool if they did, but they didn't, and that's
Yeah.
what I mean. Like, there's no guarantee that he was gonna survive that fall either. You know what I mean? He risked a lot on like. I hope he knows my intent.
He's like, I hope his plot armor is as strong as his suit armor.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
And it was.
It
So, yeah,
definitely was.
Winston-
He was
was,
still
for
alive.
sure.
The Bowery King
Winston
came to save him.
gives him his quest for the rest of the movie to get into a duel.
To get So that's where it starts to really, I guess, pick up where where the pacing you prefer.
Yes, I was gonna say
Was
the
after
film.
after
so.
he's like, you need to challenge this new guy.
And at that
to a
point, yeah, we had
single
goals
duel.
that we were following.
At that point, yeah, that's when it started following John Wick a little more.
Yeah.
It
But to challenge this new guy, you need to get your family to do it. But to get back in your family, you need to get your ticket repaired. But to get your ticket repaired, you're going to have to kill this other guy.
By the
the
way,
Kingpin.
By the way,
Yeah.
he's played by the clown from It. Is
Bill
there like a
Skarsgård.
better bad guy in Hollywood right now?
Honestly-
Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah. Like, does he
I
play
feel
anything
like
besides
I feel
villains?
like
I don't think so. Henry Cavill could play a pretty good villain, like
He
he
did
did in
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I was gonna say in Mission Impossible.
I was gonna say one thing has a villain in his face. He played one in he was wasted on that.
Dude, he just commands such a presence in it, though.
The guy from Doctor Strange.
Oh my goodness, yes. I know who you're talking about.
Dude,
Guy
you're
from the
talking
first
about-
one, right? Guy
Who?
from the first film.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What's his name?
Dormammu, I came to bargain. Dormammu?
No,
Not
dude.
Dormammu. No, the one who
wizard
summoned.
guy.
Yeah, the one who summoned Dormammu. The one who defected. I'm gonna look this up real quick. I got you. I got you.
Mads
Willie.
Nicholson.
Keep rambling and I'll look
Mads
it up.
Nicholson.
But I don't know. But like the Bill Skarsgård doesn't even look like he has a villainous face. But he just
No,
like
he has a baby face, dude.
yeah. And then like I mean, you put on that fucking makeup from It, and you're just like you killing kids, and you're amazing. And then in this movie, he just like
Mads Mikkelsen.
he's such a
Nicholson,
cocky,
yeah.
rich asshole in this movie. He's not even like a true villain, but he's just so good at it that it's like fuck.
Yeah. Very foreboding, honestly. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
whenever he was on the screen, it was kind of like, wow, this is intense.
It's how you feel watching. You gotta watch The Barbarian. All right?
I'd
That's
never
how
heard
you-
of this film
that's how you
until like
feel-
5 minutes ago.
That's how you feel watching him in that one. He's
What is it,
untrustworthy.
So-
He really feels like at any moment he could just lose his shit.
yeah,
and just
yeah,
go,
yeah.
like,
That's how he
crazy
feels
on
in
you.
Barbarian.
Yeah,
That's
in
how he feels
Barbarian,
in
you're like sitting there watching the first half of that movie, and you're like, this motherfucker is a killer right here.
It's
Yeah.
literally like the like on the outside he looks like just your common everyman, but on the inside it's like crazy.
He's so good at
I
it.
like
It's
him.
like-
He is.
He was a good villain.
That was a good movie, Corey. You need to watch that movie.
The Barbarian. I will watch it.
Yeah.
So-
In fact, we could do that next week.
I'm
instead.
glad
Yeah,
that y'all are
keep your ass
actually
away.
showing me films now, and I don't have to keep telling y'all about them.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, this is the one time on this podcast, probably ever, that I'm probably the most knowledgeable. Because John Wick is my shit. I've watched every one of them like 10 times.
Yeah.
I will be watching this one 5
What
more
kind of knife
times
does he
in the
use?
next 2 weeks.
What kind of knife does he use?
Shit, all of them.
Zully the Blade.
This is-
yeah.
this is-
all of
This
them.
is why they call
the test of knowledge!
This is why they call me Zully the Blade. All right.
You can
So
know all
in
the knives.
So
Well,
if
he's
I'm
good.
not
He's-
mistaken,
Yeah.
not mistaken, he uses a Microtech Ultra Tech in the first film. In the second one, if I'm not mistaken, once again, he's using.
I'm working with Microtech. Go continue.
Hey, you can
He's
sit-
using
Talking about your
a,
dick. You talking about your dick, Corey? Microtech?
What I forgot what the name of that one was. It's in my car. I
Damn,
can
jokes
go
are
get
fun.
it.
You don't have to spell them out, bro. Damn, you just go over here like, hey, for the people at home, Corey was
Corey's talking about his
insane
dick when he says microtech.
Anyways,
by the way.
back
It
to
is-
the
it is
movie.
a- point is, he uses
yeah.
Microtechs. That is the kind of knife he uses. He
But
uses a.
he probably uses, like-
OTF Microtech.
But
But
Diamond Damien's not wrong. He
the-
does use all of them.
The thing about John Wick is like whatever his kill has, he's taking that motherfucker and he's using it.
Yeah.
Not only that, he's just as good with a pencil as he is with a knife.
So
Yep.
that actually brings me up to a good point. I have a question for y'all. You have to get in a fight with John Wick, one-on-one. You get to pick the weapons you use. What weapons are y'all using?
I'm handing him a gun. Okay, we're both using guns, and I'm not gonna try to put up a fight. That way, I don't feel any pain.
So are we
Corey?
talking about?
I'm going to use my faith in Jesus Christ to protect me.
Absolutely.
You
I'm-
would- you would
I'm
not be
gonna choose
surprised
my
how-
feet and
how
walk
true
away
that
because
is.
John Wick
You see
killed
like
like.
the bullets. Like,
So, Corey, here's the problem. This is John Wick. You have to assume because you're fighting John Wick, at some point he's getting your weapon. He's getting your faith in Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
honestly, he probably already has
Because I
it.
thought
He's
about that
weaponizing it.
as he was fighting with the nunchucks, and he takes the AR from one of the SWAT team guys and just starts mowing them down with their own AR. I was like, if I have to fight this guy, I'm just gonna fist fight him because he can't take those from me at least. Just...
Until he cuts them off.
Yeah,
with
he
his
will
Viper
cut them
Tech
off
knife.
and hit you with them. Like, what are you talking about?
He'll do like the Doomslayer, break your fucking bone out of you,
And then shove
stab
it
you
in
with it,
He'll-
stab you with your
He'll take your fucking glasses off your face and start stabbing you in the eye with those.
Yeah.
Like,
But you can't bring a
It
weapon
doesn't
'cause
matter.
at
You
some
can't-
point the man is gonna
you
get it
can't
from
bring
you.
shit. You gotta just walk away from that 40 million. Like, say fuck it. It's not worth it.
Honestly, and like 40 million, that just seems so low to me. Like,
I mean, that's a lot of money, but not if you know you're gonna die. Like,
yeah. And also, Damien, you said that John Wick. This is the most knowledgeable you'll be at. I said that weird. But what would you say is the John Wick movie you've watched the most?
I definitely watched 3 the most. Cause
3 is my favorite.
it was like I was going through a rough time, and I would just put that movie on, and then my dick would get so hard.
And you're
from
like,
all
it's
the
not as
kills.
rough as those guys that are getting killed by
Yeah,
John
and
Wick.
my dick would get so hard. Like, my dick is never as hard as it is when I watch a John Wick movie.
I think I feel
And
it,
it's not
actually.
some gay shit.
Oh,
It's
that's
some
my
like
hand, sorry.
adrenaline just fucking go. Like, we literally have a term called the Wick dick for this shit. My
never heard of
friend
that.
watched John Wick 3 in the theaters and went home and fucking destroyed his wife that night. Like, he told us about it. So it's not just me, and it's not some gay shit. It's literally some adrenaline. Like, you watch 1,000 people die on screen. You watch a guy fucking get stabbed in the eye up close.
You're ready to fuck.
Yeah, you just like.
I want y'all to
So-
know, I watched
shit.
this movie with them in theaters. And I
We-
didn't
The
think
movie
you,
was good.
We
I'm
all
sorry.
just
the third
went.
one is my favorite.
So
Yeah.
We literally hijacked an entire row. I just want to point that out.
We did.
Yeah, we
Like,
did.
that was
That's so many
fucking great.
So Damien, I want to test your knowledge of John Wick then.
Yes, sir.
In this movie, when he has to return to his family,
He's just
what
looking at
country
your
did he
screen.
go to?
He's just
You went to Berlin.
And then, hold on, I haven't finished asking the question. This is for Damien.
You
To
went to
test his
Berlin?
knowledge.
It was a Microtech Trudon, by the way.
Okay,
All right,
let me finish the question.
So is
And
mine.
what was the name of the family he was returning to?
It's Ruma or
Runaways.
something like that.
It's not the Runaways, you
oh.
troglodyte.
It's called like the Ruma Ramon or
Mongoloid.
some shit like that.
Oh, I don't know. I was gonna have you tell me.
Yeah, it's
Shit, I can't-
something like that. Like, well, it was literally so that was a weird part. It was like different than it was. I guess it was like
It's
in
the same
part-
family from 3. The one
But
that
yeah,
says-
but it like
yeah.
different people in 3. So I guess that because that's the New York people, and he goes to Berlin to like talk to those people. I guess it was his adopted sister or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, or he was adopted. I don't fucking know.
But they're the ones who give him the mission. If he goes and kills the man we have affectionately named the Kingpin, then he can rejoin the family.
Ruska
And
Roma. That's what it's called.
there we go. And he can get his chance to have a high table duel.
Yeah. So the man who killed his uncle Piotr and her father, which reminded me of like if the Penguin was an actual badass, it would be this guy.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
using,
we
we're using badass very loosely
No,
now.
hold
I
on.
see.
No, it's
What do
the
you
truth
mean?
though. Hold on. Well, the dude literally almost steamrolled John Wick. Like
was
that's what I mean.
manhandling.
Everyone in this fucking movie has kung fu skills. This dude
Did he have
literally-
kung fu skills or was he just big?
No, he roundhouse kicked
He-
John
he's
off the
barely
fucking balcony.
Yeah, he like did the splits and kicked John in the face. I was like, oh my. But he was.
This
like,
man had the
I mean,
most
I'm
embarrassing death. He
I'm
had the most
assuming-
embarrassing death.
I'm
Well-
assuming you gotta be at least somewhat competent at fighting if you're gonna lead a bunch of murderers.
So,
You know what I mean?
Kingpin, what's your favorite? We'll start with Zuli, I guess, and then go Chris.
What?
And so, favorite line from him?
From the Kingpin?
Yeah. I got mine locked in. So
Do
don't
you?
steal it,
From
fucker.
Badass Penguin.
Yeah.
I want to hear Corey's first.
I
yeah,
can go
yeah.
first.
If you don't want to know what it still is, say it
Alright.
for. Because I don't
I
even.
think
I
he
wasn't
said
even
something-
paying.
You
I think
shot me in the ass,
Yeah,
bastard.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was my favorite line.
Because yeah, he
'Cause
was
we've all
running
been
away, and John Wick shot him in the ass. And then, not only that, there was another part where he threw an axe in his ass.
Yeah.
Like this poor guy's asshole.
And keep in mind, when Damien says that this movie makes you want to destroy ass, that's what he's actually referring to.
Yeah, like
This
we
man
had some little kids with us.
still
and I
had the
wanted
most
to
embarrassing
like
death.
fucking smack the shit out of him. Just
Try and fight me on that. That he did. He had the most embarrassing death in this movie.
I mean, I don't know because all those.
His fatness killed him.
So if we go back to the
Literally Humpty Dumpty,
he
bro.
he went head first and like landed on his head and cracked his
Yeah,
head.
because
Like,
all that fat landed on his head.
But even a skinny guy is gonna fucking be like.
Not like that though. This man just
I get what Harris is saying though. It was literally like Humpty Dumpty and fell off the wall.
I understand, but I mean it's like the.
It was a very
fucking fat.
I feel like a tinier person would have made themselves fallen better. But
you mean like John Wick, who fell from much higher and
landed on his back? Yeah. This guy though, he's going too fast. He's like, gravity's about to make me their bitch today.
Yeah. But I mean, also there were like in the beginning, going back to the beginning, you get like the putties from like Power Rangers. They are so fucking goofy and uncoordinated. They're basically crash test dummies just to try to slow John Wick down. None of those people could fucking fight. They have all this armor on. None of them can fucking fight. I think the masks, they can't even see out of those fucking masks.
Especially when he's shooting.
And he's like killing all of them, just running.
So
I think they're literally just
put
speed
up a good
bumps.
fight. Only one of them put up a good fight.
Yeah.
Well, there was like one where John literally holds him against the wall and is reloading his gun, and he's just holding it. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And then he like goes, "Oh, all right, it's time for you to die now," and then shoots him in the neck.
So he kills the Kingpin, gets back in his family, finally gets to give his challenge to It.
Yeah.
He has Winston deliver it for him to It.
In the longest walking scene ever in the history
That
of
was
movie.
a very, very long walk.
I was like, where is this motherfucker walking?
I was
to?
actually thinking to myself, if I was making this movie, where would I start the walk? Because that was quite a walk.
I was on such a dopamine high from the fight scene we had before. I'm not gonna lie to you. It didn't even register that was a long hallway scene.
I think
just now, like, yeah, that was a long hallway
because
walk.
they wanted to show all the artwork. That's my guess as to why they did.
Yeah, I'm thinking some of that artwork was probably like symbolism for what's about to come.
I
all that shit.
I felt like it was.
I felt like it
show,
was, but I didn't want to look into it, so I just
felt like
ignored
it was to
I don't know
show
what
like
that art is,
the history of the
whatever.
high table. Like these guys have been around since forever. Like I mean, that was like a painting of like the
maybe that too.
Revolution.
I just knew. Okay, so the fact that they wanted to show it, I was like, okay, it's important, but I'm not gonna look.
Yeah.
I really don't care at this point. I just want to see people die.
Yeah, I don't know, and that's what these movies are really.
No, I was literally
You're bringing people together by watching them.
I was
But if you study it, I'm sure you would find some really interesting things in there.
Yeah, I'm sure there's YouTube videos where they're just like, 3,000 things you missed about John Wick.
Did you know in this painting where her left titty was out, it was actually symbolic of the coin that they made from her nipples?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Are you okay?
Hey, Corey, what's her nipples astrological sign?
Oh no.
Honestly, I'd have to get to know it a little better.
So
I can tell you what yours is.
We get to see Winston's demands and the reasons he's helping John Wick.
Okay, each time I know his name's actually Winston, but I keep thinking of the giant gorilla from Overwatch.
Shut up, Corey.
I literally every time like they're like Winston, and I was like, he do protect us, doesn't he?
Thank God.
He's like running. He's a gorilla man.
Thank God he's not a black actor. We would be canceled after episode 2.
I don't think anyone was thinking
Thanks,
that.
Corey.
Fucking Corey.
Oh my God.
So, anyways, Winston's basically helping John Wick because if John Wick succeeds, Winston gets back
He gets
his
all
hotel.
his power back.
Yeah.
So he's like, but he's also putting his life on the line. So if John Wick dies, Winston dies.
Did he really have anything left though to live for, anyways?
Absolutely not. The man had absolutely nothing. He lost his motel. He lost his best friend. Like nothing was left for him.
Lance Reddick's character, what was his name again?
Sharon.
Sharon, yeah.
Yes, sir. And
He was cool.
yeah, oh man, we'll get there.
We then get to see the meeting where they discuss the terms of the duel.
And they played Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, they played a shadow game to decide who gets to pick what terms. Then the most questionable decision, because they come to the conclusion of they will have a duel with pistols, and the main villain's decision is to use a blind man.
Oh, we were thinking the same
Is to use a blind man for a pistol.
I don't
shooting
think he's
contest.
actually
Okay,
blind.
so
I mean, he was able to read his fucking cards.
Cards, yes, and
hold
that's
on,
what I was
hold on.
saying.
So-
like, I was like, bro,
This guy's capping.
so
they got Braille on that.
You do realize he was just joking when he did that, put him in front of his face, right? And
No, but he put
he
it down and
actually
he's
knew
like,
it. Like,
4 9s and a 4. He literally said 4 9s
And that's what I was
and a
saying when
4.
the
I'm sure
stair
you can
scene
feel it. You can feel it.
Well,
alright?
no, because in
Look,
the
those
stair
aren't Bill
scene in
Cosby.
Act 3,
This
dude,
dude's-
he's going,
this
John Wick's like, okay, how many we got? He's like, there's 9. And
No,
then he kills him.
stupid,
He's like
he's telling
7
him clock faces on who to fight when he's saying 9 or 12.
Yeah, that was clock faces.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
which way are you going?
Because I was like looking, I was like, that's about 9 dudes. Yeah, this
No,
guy's right.
Because if you watch, John Wick
I was
says,
like, this guy's not blind.
John Wick asks, do you want 9 or 12? And then when he says that, he's saying
okay.
clock faces.
Okay, yeah.
He was. It's like they.
I thought John Wick like just didn't count them all, and he's like, "Is there 9 or 12 of them? I can't count them." Like in the moment, in the moment,
Corey, what the fuck?
You're stressed in the moment, so you ask the blind guy,
Like the blind guy. How many people do we have to go?
Corey, he was actually blind. They set that up. You didn't even the way he just shoots in the air.
John Wick's just sitting there like panicking. He's like, "Shit, is there 9 or 12? I lost count." And then the blind guy's like, "Dude, there's
so
9
I
of
started
them."
to think as to like, why did they pick the blind guy to do the dueling? I'm sure he can hear the footsteps on the gravel from him walking, so he can.
You think the wind
Yes.
messes him up?
And
Like the wind's blowing in his
skilled
ear?
enough I'm sure he knows about where.
And they do tell you like, oh, you're exactly 30 paces away. So like he can tell everything from all this. So and basically you just lift and shoot. Like
Maybe it's like Toph from the Avatar.
No,
Like
stop.
he stomps and then like echolocation.
Chris refuses to have anything to do whatsoever with Avatar.
No.
It's crazy to me.
Hold
It's
on.
crazy
No,
to
you
me.
stop.
Last Airbender.
Damien's an idiot.
I don't
He
know
forgets
what the
there's
fuck he's
Avatar
talking
the TV show and Avatar.
All right, well,
the
listen,
movie.
I refuse to have
Fuck
anything
Avatar
to
the
do
movie.
with
Fuck
Last
Avatar the movie.
Airbender bullshit. Whatever
Why? Oh
the
yeah,
fuck
because we
you're
don't
talking
like good stuff around here. I forgot.
about.
Damien doesn't.
That was a good movie? That was a good movie.
It's a good TV show. It was
Last
a good
Airbender was
TV show.
Last Airbender
Is there
was a
9 or
good
12
movie.
of them? Fuck, we gotta take them out. Blind man, help me.
Anyways,
I think that was actually heated for a minute.
They're-
They're about to kiss. He's about to go John Wick on you,
Look,
bro.
this might be the only podcast on YouTube where straight guys are just like make out sometimes.
No, you were right.
Just
Gay
ignore
guys,
it.
we
Who gives a
definitely
shit?
survived
I like how
the
Corey's instant thought was they're yelling at each other. They're gonna
It's
kiss.
2023. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Anyways,
And if you judge us, you're bigoted.
Anyways, they agree to the duel. They will duel at dawn at the church in Paris. Pistols.
Is that
Dueling
Dawn like
Dueling
D-O-N?
pistols.
So, if John Wick had a Yu-Gi-Oh deck, what would he play?
Exodia.
He'd play Exodia.
Yeah, and then just like 4 pot of greeds and cheat or something.
What do you think?
I mean, I feel like it doesn't.
What format?
Yeah.
What format? So whatever. It's current format right now.
I don't think it matters. He's gonna beat you anyway. It
That's
don't
what I'm
fucking
saying.
matter.
He's literally gonna
He
take your
kills-
deck
he-
and beat
what do
you
you-
with
He
it.
killed 3 men in a bar with a fucking pencil. It doesn't
So
matter.
tell it that.
I mean, it doesn't. He could literally play
Tell
Exodia
Dad what?
now,
No.
and he's gonna win.
What's it?
You said tell Dad what?
Tell a dad.
Tell a dad what? You love him?
Yeah, tell your
John
dad.
Wick
you
didn't
love
love
him.
a dad.
Yeah.
Tell your dad you love him,
Yeah,
Corey. He
Corey,
has
yeah.
new hair and it looks amazing.
I love you, Dad.
Does he actually?
Yes. Yeah, you haven't seen Papa hair?
No,
in a
I
while?
haven't seen
Oh, fuck.
Daddy.
He has a
Dog.
beautiful
Like,
head of
We
hair.
prayed and then it grew.
Hell yeah!
He has a beautiful head of hair right now.
So,
I didn't know it worked like that.
speaking of a beautiful head of hair, we get to see the Bowery King again because he comes with John's final suit and a gun.
Yeah.
The Viper.
You think that
So-
was that was them alluding to him
Die.
dying?
That whole thing is because when he's getting, like, when he takes them through the boat and they're talking about headstones, and then right before he leaves them, he says, loving husband. That's what I want mine to say. Like, oh, he's getting ready to die.
Yeah, he was preparing himself.
But anyways,
He was like-
this is where
he
John
knew
Wick,
what he was up against, though. I
Yeah.
mean, he's known Donnie Yen for
John
Kane
Wick.
for so long.
And let's be honest,
I'm
the
sure
New
he-
York manager is kind of a dick because John Wick at the end he's like, "Take me home," and then John Wick walks down the stairs himself, and he probably died because no one was there with him, and so he was alone or something.
I don't think he said take me home. I said
He did say-
I think he said, do you think they'll take me home or something?
No,
like
he
that.
said, "Can you take me?"
Yeah, he literally, and he's like, "Of course." That was
And
my
he just
impression
walks
of
away.
him. Yeah, and then he just like walks down, and the guy's like watching. He's like, "Yeah, he's gonna die. He got shot in the arms twice."
I could have swore he said, well, he got shot. And I thought it was the third shot. But
Yeah,
I
let's
could have
be- it
swore
was
he
the
said,
arm.
do you think
It
they'll
was the
take
arm
me
for
home?
sure.
no, he asked him to take him home. But before we get there,
That's kind of hot. Maybe this is a homoerotic film.
no. John Wick has to get to the church first, and we get to revisit the plot point for John Wick 3, where he still has the largest bounty of anyone in Excommunicado because he's number 1 on that board.
And this movie, it literally started at 18 million, went to 20, went to 26,
And it ends by 40.
jumped to 40 from 26 because Bill Skarsgård is a bitch. He is a coward motherfucker who doesn't want to honor the duel. So he raises that bounty every fucking 5 minutes. Every time John Wick kills 100 people in one area and runs away, then that bounty goes up.
Dude, and when they were in Paris, and what is it called? It's like the Arc of Triumph or whatever is what that big roundabout's called with all the cars.
Yeah.
I forget. Can we talk about that? Oh my god, that was amazing.
Nope,
like,
moving on.
That was
whole
amazing,
thing.
but it was upsetting because they threw the dog into the car window.
Hey, but
That dog literally jumped
Wait a
right
minute,
back
Corey.
up.
Corey, are you encouraging animal
I
violence?
thought they were gonna
Yes.
kill him at that point.
I know. I was like, no, not the dog, and then he jumps right back up and starts.
Dude, I love it.
Chewing
And,
on-
and how
starts chewing on
Mr.
somebody's
Nobody
dick.
was like, he's like nuts, and then like the dog would
Just
bite
says
him on the
nuts.
nuts.
And yeah. Oh man, that dog was amazing. I'm gonna start teaching Max how to do that.
Max already knows
As
that.
soon as I get home.
Someone walks
Well-
into your house, your dog punches him in the dick.
Well, when Mark comes over, for some reason, Max runs and nut punches him. I don't understand. It's Mark.
Your dog's always trying to sit in my lap. Honestly, I think he loves me.
I think he does too.
Your dog might be gay.
No, he just.
There's nothing wrong with the loving of a man.
Are you admitting? What?
I mean, well, look.
Corey, you stay the fuck
okay,
away
you
from
ever-
my dog.
So, anyways, they get done at the Arc de Triomphe, and John Wick's running some more, and he goes inside a building, and we get to the scene that y'all have declared was the best fight scene.
I think we're missing an important aspect. So the tracker, Mr. Nobody, is literally like protecting John Wick, and also in contact with Bill Skarsgård
that's
the
how the
whole
bounty
time.
keeps getting raised.
He's literally like protecting John Wick, just so he can make the guy raise the bounty, so he can try to take him out eventually.
Have y'all ever laid in the warmth of a man? Like, wait for your dad to get up and go to work so you
So
can lay in
anyways,
his spot?
Uh,
in bed?
All right,
Corey, I'm gonna let you make a choice. Continue that line, or we talk about your favorite fight scene. If you continue that conversation, we skip in your favorite fight scene.
Damn it. That is a hard one.
Yeah,
Hard.
see? So yeah, we
No.
get the top down.
I kind of want to do
isometric.
both, honestly.
Yeah.
I kind of want to hear Corey's story
Well, we-
about waiting for his dad to get up and go to work so he can lay in his warm spot.
No, we live it. No,
Everybody
we're
else,
skipping.
Raise your hands. Lily, do you want to hear Corey? The
People
story
at
about
home,
Corey
raise your hands right
fucking
now.
waiting for his dad to get up and go to work so he can lay in his warm
Give him
spot.
your energy.
Is your mom still in the bed next to that warm
All
spot?
start praying right now. Let me answer this.
This better be worth it.
Fucking heathen.
No, so it was a Theo Von joke, but I was gonna say it resonated so much with me because like that is, and I think it's something we're all not gonna admit, but I'll admit it. I'm stupid enough, I'll do it. I legitimately have done that. Like it's like, hey, they get up and the spot's like pre-warm. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's preheated for you. You just lay in it like this is comfy.
We live in Texas. It is never cold enough
Yeah.
It
to
was
wait
cold
for a
enough last
man to
week.
get up and go lay in his warm
You're like,
spot.
It gets cold in a compound, though.
It gets.
It does, yeah.
Oh.
Compound's cold as hell.
What about your sister's warm spot? Do you ever wait for her to get up?
I have.
So, anyways, after they get,
Let's
after
talk
they,
about fight scenes, guys.
yeah, hey,
Oh, we're done with this conversation now? This conversation's over all of a sudden?
so yeah, after that, we get to the stair scene in John Wick. He has to climb the 200-something steps of the
222
Sometimes I'll go lay in her
steps.
bed when she's
No,
gone.
hold on.
I'll be
Before
like,
that,
"Damn,
the
this is
best
warm
fight
here."
scene. That
No,
everybody-
we're skipping that.
No,
You
no,
got
we're
your
not
story.
skipping
You
shit,
got your
bro.
story. You
No.
got your story.
We
You
all
got your
wanted
one
to.
spot.
We all wanted to hear that story, though.
No, I gave Corey a
Yeah.
choice. No, I'm showing y'all the rules and themes of these movies. There are rules and there are consequences.
Hey, this is just like John Wick.
There are.
Oh, was that
There are
on
rules
purpose?
and there are
yeah,
believe it.
yeah. See, so
But
we're skipping
hold
the
on,
best fight
but those
scene. No.
rules are laid out preemptively. Everybody knows what they're getting into.
Yeah,
You're
no.
just making those rules on the fly.
Oh well, too bad. I bet you the table does that too.
Wait, I do need to say that this is on topic with John Wick too. I feel like if y'all watch these movies from my perspective, y'all would
A
enjoy them
retard?
more. Yeah, no, exactly. Y'all would enjoy them more. I literally thought John Wick was asking the blind man how many people are coming out. Like, you know how much better that makes
Well,
the movie?
hold on, because-
I'm like, damn, this guy's human. He's panicking.
No.
He can't be a
He's
beast
so-
all the
he's so
time.
panicked. He's so panicked. He's like, hey, Mr. Blind Guy, how many are there?
So yeah,
But hold on,
that happens in the steps.
No,
You made your choice. Rules and
no.
consequences. Rules and
But
consequences.
there's a big part in the best fight scene that we're not talking about. We can't just
What's
skip
that?
over
Yeah, we can.
when the motherfucker tries to kill Mr. Nobody's dog. It's,
Oh,
lit-
yeah.
it's
Should've
literally
talked about warm
they
spots.
raised the bounty to 40 million, and Mr. Nobody's finally like, all right, now I can kill John Wick because 40 million is worth it. But then obviously John Wick fucking dispatches of him easily. Like it was not even a battle. He was about to choke the life out of him.
Yeah.
And then the fucking guy, whatever the fuck, comes in, gets attacked by the dog, and he's about to kill the fucking dog. And instead of John Wick killing Mr. Nobody, turns the gun on that guy and,
kills the
and
actual
saves
Nobody.
the dog.
Does that guy even have a name actually? Because I was trying to remember his name.
No, it's
but-
Mr. Nobody.
Yeah,
No, not Mr. Nobody. Like the other guy that
He's
tried to
talking
kill the
about
dog.
he's talking about the guy.
Actual
that shooting
nobody.
the dog. I mean, a lot of these people.
I
are
kind of
like
feel
that.
like
Spaniard.
because it like the camera just kind of stayed on John Wick's face when it happened. Like you could tell he was making a decision of kill Mr. Nobody, kill the guy about to kill his dog. And I kind of think John Wick was kind of like, this is like my dog, and I can
Yeah.
like,
It's
Yeah, of
like
course.
redemption.
I mean, it was literally the dog's death that like started all of this entire.
and
thing.
ended it now.
So then, like he saves the dog. Mr. Nobody looks surprised, like what the fuck. And then John Wick runs and jumps out of like a 5-story high building
He loves
and
doing
lands
it.
on a
Bus.
fucking van or bus,
VW
whatever the
bus.
fuck it was.
VW bus.
Yeah. And then like, yeah, okay. And then we get to the fucking church steps. There's 222, they say. All this time, there's some fucking sexy DJ in the background that's like giving out codes and stuff
You
and
literally just
playing
see her
songs. Yeah.
You just
Literally
those
see
lips-
lips.
Those lips were sexy as fuck though.
They were.
Yeah, so you can't tell me otherwise.
Her
The
teeth
rest
have
of
too
that
much
bitch, I'm
plaque.
gonna look her up because I bet she's sexy as fuck. I bet she
So-
has a fat ass. I mean, she is black. So
Spoiler alert, it takes John Wick 2 attempts to climb up the steps.
I love that. Our theater
there
was
are-
very active.
There are
It was fun.
222 steps. He gets to the bottom of the steps, and all of a sudden, like 100 guys come out. And he's like, "Fuck!" And he's got like 5 minutes to get to the top of these steps.
Gets to the top only to get kicked all the way back down.
Yes, all the way to the bottom, and then that's why he like loses his mind and asks the blind guy how many people there are left.
Yeah, I mean, I would panic at that spot too. I'd be like, shit.
Corey,
I
did
gotta
you
get
just
back up here.
fart on the fucking podcast, bro? This
I
mic
did.
picks up everything.
I know,
Well, then
thanks,
they can
Corey.
hear it.
Thanks.
I mean, I'm
Thanks,
sharing,
Tristan.
bro. I'm sharing this for everybody. Y'all all get to help unpack it.
So the second time up, the blind guy helps John Wick get up the steps because the blind guy wants to kill him so that his daughter stays safe.
Yeah.
And this is where they show their teamwork by John Wick saying 9 or 12 as in the faces of a clock.
I gotta say,
to
I didn't
show where
even
the guy
connect
was.
that, Chris. He was helping him so his daughter and stuff would be safe.
Yes, he had-
I was like,
because
man,
of-
now this guy's a good guy. Shit,
Yeah,
like I'm
because
telling
if
you,
it
y'all
doesn't-
gotta
if
see
it
these
doesn't
movies from my
happen-
perspective.
Yeah, if it doesn't happen, they like will kill
See,
him.
It's
okay.
like a roller coaster of
Corey's a
emotions for me. I'm like, oh
perfect-
my god, they're good now.
Corey's
This
a
is
perfect
crazy.
example of why a lot of movies suck because everything has to be spelled out very much.
Oh
so
yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude,
we
We
can't
need-
can't draw any connections.
We need the script on the screen.
Dude, it's just like I was saying in the last episode with Scream. Like, I'm the target demographic. Like, I'm like, oh, they're right. It is this person. This person's the killer.
These fucking
I'm
monkey brains.
like, I want you to know all the character development I thought John Wick had in this film wasn't true. He is just a badass all the time. There is
Spoiler
no
alert: the
humanity.
killer in John Wick is mostly John Wick.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprise.
He doesn't do it under a mask because he's a real man.
Hey, wait a minute. Why we're I need to test out Zuli the Blade.
What?
What kind of knife does Ghostface use?
Oh,
I need a
Which
brand.
one? Which
it
one?
looks like- it looks
Billy
like a
Loomis.
buck.
Billy
It
Loomis.
looks like one of
What's the
those buck
brand?
knives.
I need a brand, sir.
Billy
I don't
Loomis.
know. I don't know the brand. It looks like one of those generic Walmart ones.
And it
The hunting
fucking
knives.
I
it
don't know.
fucking zooms in on it too, like
Does it actually? I
like
haven't
when
seen the first one.
when they're
No,
it's
at
like
six.
no
Six.
and
It
six
zooms in on his
and then
six.
they got it in the case right there. And she's like staring at it, and it just zooms in on it,
didn't pay attention.
and then he's like, "Take a weapon. Don't be stupid. Take a weapon." And she like reaches in and
I
grabs
remember
it.
the serial number on it. It
looks
was
like one of those-
8008135. That's actually just
What
boobies.
kind of Rain Man nonsense was that? I don't know the
He
brand.
spelled out boobies on a calculator, bro. Like,
Okay,
be real.
so-
Come on now. Corey can't remember.
Zuli,
like-
that's your homework. Find out the brand of Ghostface knife.
As
for
far
me.
as I can tell, it looks like a
But we-
generic.
And then
buck-
next week when we
buck
talk
knife.
about family drama movie The Whale, you can tell us what knife Ghostface used.
Would you rather watch The Whale or would you rather watch The Barbarian and talk about that?
Barbarian was fucking great, and we
Here's the
actually
thing.
have
Okay,
access to
wait a
it.
minute,
feel like
pause.
we're
No,
sleep-
but like, I feel like I am sleeping on The Whale. I'm hearing good.
Pause,
It's-
pause.
it's
Here's
good.
the
I
thing.
don't have a way to watch it.
No, here's the thing. Here's
I
the
do.
thing. Here's the
What are we
thing.
watching?
We'll discuss that later. Corey did win the role when it's one of y'all's turn.
Yeah, but he
'cause
could
us
also
three are
change his
next.
mind.
But you can pick the Barbarian.
I feel like we're sleeping on the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Anyways,
Well, when I-
John
It's
Wick
like a
gets
great
up the
time.
steps. John Wick gets up the steps, and they're finally gonna have their duel. They're finally gonna have their duel, and
What are they about to do?
Wait, hold on, because look, hold on.
Send each other
Because
to the shadow.
we're missing another one of the best scenes in the movie, where like the fucking tracker kills the guy who almost killed his dog, and then the dog stops and takes a piss on the guy's head. That was fucking amazing.
good. And then we get to the duel.
Yeah, and then we get to the duel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
so,
can't talk about John Wick without dog piss, okay?
We get to the duel.
It's been in every film.
That's true.
They get to their 30 paces, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure they had the 30 paces marked off the way they did, just so the blind guy could tell when to stop, because like it was gravel and then those big ass wood planks.
Yeah, it's like I think they just did it to look cool.
And I feel like John Wick knew that too, because he kind of stopped on like the second one. Was like he knew he was being set up for like not to win. But it's like they go through. Oh, fuck, what?
Can I just say, y'all are so smart. I didn't even get that connection.
Set up not to win.
Yeah, obviously they're trying to kill him before he even gets there. And then
Oh, you're talking about that? I thought you were talking about
they're
the
trying to
duel.
make sure John Wick dies too. I'm
Yeah,
surprised-
no, he was talking about the duel.
I'm
'cause
fucking
that's why the
surprised.
names were there.
I'm surprised they even gave him a working gun. Honestly.
Yeah, a little bit.
He just throws it.
No,
That'd be cool.
I feel
I
like
guess to honor.
no. Once he gets to the actual duel, I feel like Skarsgård can't fuck with anything because that old man that was there.
Yeah, the Harbinger.
Yeah, I feel like if they fuck with anything at that point, the Harbinger just gets to end whoever tried to cheat in the actual duel.
I thought it was like Harbinger.
Harbinger? Like they literally said Harbinger in the movie like 8 times.
Well, you know, when people say words to me, I like see it spelt out, and so I was like, they probably just said it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw it as like Harbinger.
Mm-hmm.
Now that being said, the little trick that
But yeah,
Wick and
John
Kane
Wick.
does is cool.
Well, yeah. We'll just get to that. in a
You
second.
say
Like,
Darby?
we literally get to the
You
end
say
of the scene.
Darby?
We get to the
Donnie
we get to the top of the stairs. They set it up. Everybody's there. The tracker shows up with his dog. He's watching. They take shots. Blah blah blah. And then they're like
They
30.
get closer. Every
Yeah.
time they miss or
They
don't
get
kill
closer.
each other, they have to take steps closer to each other, starting from going from
Jesus
30
Christ.
Sorry, I
paces
was
to
coughing
20
off camera.
to 10.
And then, like, they bust out some truly beautiful vintage guns. Like, I really feel like those were probably real guns that they, like, deactivated from working just to use in the movie.
Which those have notoriously bad aim, by the way. The
Yeah.
needle
So,
dueling
They were
pistols.
like matchlock.
so they go to 30 paces apart. They take the first shot. Both get shot in the arm. So they move up to 20. John Wick gets shot in the shoulder. And
No, that one was the side.
the second one was a shoulder. Kane gets shot in the side on the second one. Because he, like, bends over. He's like, oh, good shot. Or some shit like that. Of course, they both live. So then they have to move up to 10 paces. At 10 paces, that's when Kane shoots
Wick.
in the side. And Wick falls down. Well, he doesn't die. So then, of course, the fucking bad Bill Skarsgård is like, oh, I want to finish him off. I'm
As is my
substituting.
right as sponsor and
Yeah.
other person. in
And
the
of
duel.
course, Kane makes sure he's like, so I'm
I
free.
honestly interpreted that in a sexual manner. I want to finish him off.
Stop.
Corey,
Go
when
away.
you lose your virginity, everything will no longer be sexual. Like, not everything.
But no, yeah, Kane does
I thought he was being
specifically.
nice.
Kane does specifically get this guy to say
Yeah.
that
Me and
Kane
my
is
daughter
free.
are
Yeah.
free before he substitutes out. Well, then it is about to shoot John Wick, and Winston distracts him. He's like, you arrogant asshole. He's like,
He hasn't shot.
John
his-
Wick didn't take the shot. And then that's when John Wick pops up and shoots him.
Consequences.
So
Yep.
So I gotta say, since you guys like to piece together like film and stuff like that, I think y'all y'all appreciate my interpretation of that ending. So when he's like, I want to go finish him off, I thought he was gonna give John Wick that happy ending. And if you know what a happy ending is, you know.
So Corey apparently just wants everybody to be gay. Instead of fighting, he wants them to go in the bathroom,
Why
give
can't
each
they
other
just love
hand
each
jobs,
other?
and whoever busts first.
Corey, who would win, John Wick or Beckman?
Oh, fuck, Beckman, hands down. Remember that time he had to fight that sadistic woman that was just cutting him up for some reason? And so he shot her and she crawled up the stairs and died?
So, anyways,
Beckman, check it out. It's a great film.
Skarsgård is dead.
You guys see me a movie? Remember a scene from a movie? Remember that scene from that movie you've never seen before?
So Skarsgård is dead. Winston gets his church back.
John Wick or Beckman.
John Wick is free.
Like
and
Nava
Kane gets
was.
to go back to his daughter, and he is free as well.
And
Kang?
then we get John Wick dying. Like
Allegedly dies.
He walks down the stairs and you
And
just
takes a nap.
you see a scene with like him and his wife kissing, and he's looking into heaven. Him and his wife are kissing, a memory scene, and then he just leans over.
That was his wife. I thought that was just some woman.
It was just some woman who he happened to be married to.
And
Damn, so
The whole reason, like literally,
So John Wick died at the end of this film?
Could you end it any better though? Like really? Like
I-
how do you end a series like this?
Not-
I think killing him is the best choice.
I think
If
there's
they
another
actually
happy
end it.
ending he could have got.
if they actually end it.
I did
If
not
they
see
come
the
back for a
casket close
5,
on the body.
How?
If they come back, I'm saying if they come back for a 5 and it's like some bullshit, pretend death, then it's gonna. I'm like, that might ruin it for me.
Yeah.
I love John Wick. If they actually end it, don't make any more John Wick movies. Beautiful ending. Everything's great. Because then it cuts to the scene where they're at John Wick's grave next to his wife. They honored his last wishes, and his tomb just says "loving husband," and his wife is right there next to him, buried. So, and then of course the Bowery King, Lawrence Fishburne, walks off with John Wick's dog.
From the second film, right?
He got that dog at the very end of the first one. It was a puppy, and then it was like grown up in the second one and the third one.
So on.
Nice. So they do John Wick Part 5, and he's actually like behind the tree, like watching him at his
Then-
headstone. You're like,
Unless-
this is
Then
stupid.
it
What do
better
you think,
be.
Corey, you being a religious man, you think he went to hell or heaven?
Well, knowing his star sign, being a Capricorn, I would say most Capricorns are definitely going to heaven. There are some exceptions to the rule.
Does God believe in star signs?
No, actually, the Bible condemns it, but
So
I think it makes it more interesting. Personally, it's like he had a heart of gold, but he was a Capricorn.
he had a heart of gold. He did not want any of this. But
He definitely wanted Bill Skarsgård's character, I think.
he never wanted any of this. It's all started because some fucking punk kid who was a mob boss's
I
son.
think it would have and should have ended there. It started with that one dude from the second one, the one that used the marker on him.
Well, no.
Well,
the only
no,
reason he
because-
could use the marker is because,
because-
John Wick went to
yeah,
get revenge.
because
Payback.
John
No,
Wick-
like everyone told the guy like, hey, just leave him alone, dude. He's not back. He just got revenge for them murdering his dog. Just leave him alone. Everyone told him that, but no, he wanted to bring John Wick back.
When he brought that marker to him, he even said, "John, I would have left you alone, but you came back."
I
Because
know,
he literally
but,
killed like an entire.
He could have just left
like,
that
mob.
shit alone, and then he ruined it even further by framing him towards the end, anyways.
In the end of part 2.
Yeah,
Who
at
was-
the end of part 2? Yeah.
Who was the main bad guy
Well, you didn't
in
frame him.
part 2? Because
John
Well,
Wick
like,
shot
you know-
him in the head on Continental
Yeah,
ground.
but like, what I mean by framing him is like,
I mean, he was trying to.
He said, if you kill my sister, we'll be squared. When he does, he's like, hey, everyone hunt this guy. He just killed my
Yeah,
sister.
he was trying to tie
And I'm
up the
like, dude,
loose
that's
ends.
fucking bullshit.
He was
Just
trying
leave
to tie-
him alone.
But at the same time, his sister was actually a member of the table, so they were gonna hunt John Wick regardless.
Yeah, but
He was just trying to take the heat off of himself. They were gonna hunt him regardless, because he killed a high-ranking member of the actual table. Which obviously her brother, all he wanted was the fucking. But it all started with the punk kid
I guess.
who fucking broke in and killed his puppy.
Isn't it
who
great
just
how-
he lost his wife, and then
Isn't it great how it just escalates from like him murdering some Russian mob family to like the Illuminati, basically?
I interpreted it as like one of
It's
those
like-
trade up things where you start with the red paper clip, end with the house.
yeah,
That's the John Wick.
It's
film.
literally
So the
like it
trade-up.
just gets bigger and better every movie. The action is crazy, and you just see like all this underground world, and it's like, oh, does that actually exist?
All right. So
Is that real?
What do you give this movie on a
Hold on,
scale of 10?
motherfucker. There's an end credit scene.
Well, you talk about that after the rating, motherfucker, because it's an after credit scene.
How the fuck would I give a rating before I give the end
All right,
credit
after
scene?
credit
Mom,
scene,
Dad, stop
Donnie
fighting.
Yen goes home to see his daughter he was protecting, only for
Koji's daughter, Akira.
she's walking towards him with a microtech, and
She was not walking with Corey's penis.
and then
Yes, she was. Damn, you shut up.
and then it
You know
cuts
what
to
you're talking
black.
about.
Yes, so possibly setting up some kind of spinoff, or who knows?
Setting up a spinoff.
Maybe she's
I
gonna be
don't
a
think-
ballerina.
There has already been a spinoff announced. It's called Ballerina. It has nothing to do with anybody in this movie. It's supposed to take place between 3 and 4, and it's probably gonna be badass too. It's got Anna De Armas, and she's sexy as fuck.
Shit, yeah.
If anybody knows, did anybody watch Blonde when she played Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah.
And she was naked for like half the movie. That shit was great. So, Chris,
What was the name of this movie?
what rating do you give this movie, Chris?
No, you're first, so we don't get yelled at.
An 11 out of 10, bro. I'm gonna be a delusional fucking female right now.
I'm
Who
delusional.
thinks she's hot, and I'm gonna give this movie an 11 out of 10.
I'm gonna one up Damien. I say 12 out of 10.
You
I liked it more than him, apparently.
fucking good rating, Corey. Good rating.
Humble.
Thank God you didn't say some fucking weird shit about it not being too spooky for me.
I give it an 8 out of 10. I did not feel that the end, the beginning, lived up to it. It started off really rocky for me. And
It didn't have that happy
alone,
ending, did it?
Anyways, that alone kind of held it back for me. It was just
Wasn't
it
gay
just felt
enough.
rushed. It felt
Oh, yeah.
rushed. The
That's what I
beginning
was
felt
saying.
rushed, and I'm sure once we get over this honeymoon phase with it, we'll start to see it more and more. The more we rewatch it, the more it'll be like, yeah, this is kind of slow.
Yeah, because I got
It's
A-list.
kinda weird.
I got 2 more movies available this week. Both of those movies are going to be spent on John Wick 4. My 3 movies next week are probably going to be spent on John Wick
Just
4.
pay attention
So,
to the beginning.
yeah.
It feels off.
I will
It
go
just
back
feels
and
off.
check that out and see.
I give this movie an 8 out of 10 as well.
Man.
For the opening, you can't say this is a perfect movie and be like, well, the opening, the first third of the movie was wonky.
Yeah, exactly my point.
It's because it makes up for it. But I mean, let's be honest.
That's why the third one to me is.
Well,
is
you
the
two,
superior film.
8 out of 10 boys can stick together, and Damien can smash my ass in like John Wick style or whatever with our 11s out of 10.
The Wick dick, bro. Zuli is
Yeah.
definitely about to go home and give his wife the Wick
Yeah.
dick. Like, guaranteed.
Bro, can I come?
I'm about to go give this toilet the Wick dick.
Oh, no.
100%.
Fuck.
On that
Bro,
bombshell,
stop calling me.
But
the
hold on,
toilet.
like, you give it an 8 out of 10 just for like
What's
movies?
y'all's
What do you
y'all's
give it,
favorite-
like, action
What is
movie?
y'all's favorite John Wick film?
Mine is definitely this one. The action scenes were just fucking
I have to
crazy,
say
insane.
4 as well, but like 3 is like right there. Maybe you're right.
Three's
Maybe
my favorite.
maybe
Three.
after it
Three?
wears
Okay.
off.
It might have
it'll
been.
be
It might have felt
What-
a little slow to you because it's also a 3-hour movie, and the rest of them were maybe 2 hours at
What
the
is
most.
y'all's favorite action movie? I have two.
All time action. Movie?
Yeah, all-time action movie.
It's definitely John Wick. Like,
Is it?
absolutely. Like, I fucking watch these movies.
go to
like
Corey
crazy.
after the thing.
Probably Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Are you being serious?
Last
No.
Action Hero.
Yeah, Last Action Hero, that one.
Another movie that
Wait,
was
am I
made
allowed to
before you
pick
were
Kung Fu
born.
movies?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Whatever
Oh,
you
Legend
want.
of Drunken Master.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Mine is either Mad Max or The Terminator 2.
Oh, those are good. I totally forgot those.
Which Mad Max though?
Fury Road. Fury Road. Yeah,
Like
that
the
shit
newest
was so
one, the
fucking
newest
good.
reboot one.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I can't really like.
Okay, whoa. It's not a reboot, it's a requel.
Yeah.
Get it right. We
And-
just
and,
discussed this.
Is it a requel?
And
Yes.
and Terminator 2. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
How is it a requel?
One was cool. You guys
It's a
see how
reboot.
John Connor came to be.
Wasn't it the first one?
One
No.
was a slasher movie.
You can still okay.
You know, hey, are we still on air?
Yeah.
Can I switch to my favorite slasher movie? My favorite slasher movie is The Terminator.
Well, I said scary movie.
Oh, scary
not
movie?
slasher. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Technically Terminator.
Hey, wait. Would you say?
That
would
shit
you
was
say?
scary as fuck. When I was a little kid when I watched that
Would
shit.
you say
that motherfucker
Fury
running
Road is a
behind him?
requel?
What?
Would you say Fury Road is a requel? Because it follows after the first one.
Yeah, it's a requel because
See?
I think it was
It has nothing to do.
no. Well, okay, so
No, it's set up in the first one.
Okay, I think Frank Miller, the director, he said you can think of his stories as like
You lost me at
each movie is like a legend of Mad Max told around a campfire. He's just a legend in the wasteland, and these are just different people's interpretations we're watching. They don't have to be in chronological order. Yeah. They can be mixed and matched, but these are the stories of Mad Max. So 3 could be the last one, as far as we know.
To me, like Fury Road was just like a complete reboot. It's total different people.
It felt like the second one.
Like, was it a sequel to the?
It was a sequel, yeah.
To all these, even though it's like a sequel to cast?
It's a sequel to the game that is canon to the story.
All of them are sequels to the first movie. The first movie absolutely comes first.
Yeah, that one's
then everything else comes in any order.
I remember watching the first Mad Max movie. I was like, this is going to be so cool. And I remember I was like maybe 13.
Mad
I was
Max 1.
Who was the original?
I was so
Mel
bored.
Gibson?
I was like, 1 minute everything's fine, but then like I couldn't really pinpoint when everything went to shit.
Right?
Yeah, it's Mel Gibson. Is the
Mel
first
Gibson.
Yeah,
was the
Mel
original
Gibson.
Mad Max?
He's in the first 3, yeah. No, but like I just couldn't pin
You're a fucking heathen.
when the world went to like.
Oh
shit.
No, that's like somewhere in the second one. Technically,
the first
Fury Road talks about it in the very, 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 very beginning. You can hear them talking about nuclear fallout and food becoming rotten.
So what was the first one about
waters
exactly?
The first one was just him being a cop.
Yeah,
And-
that's what I remember.
No. The first one, society is at the very brink.
Yeah.
It is at the absolute edge.
We don't get to see the apocalypse happen. It just does by the sequel.
It is happening.
It's been there, done that.
But they were on the verge because areas outside of cities had already broken down.
And that's what Mad Max Max was in charge of. He was trying to keep order in the Outback. Basically.
Yeah, he's probably content Max at that time.
What's his last name, Corey? He has a last name.
Max.
Yeah.
First name's Mad.
First name.
Mad.
All right. Well,
Hold on.
And that's how we get back to John Wick now.
All right, so look, when are we filming next week? Because I work Saturday next week.
Well, how about before we discuss that, we let Chris end it.
No.
So join us next
week. We can discuss it on.
Join us next week when we talk about the whale.
Hey, let's